Hey guys, it's great to see y'all again. I know I skipped last week's video and I'm finally back into it. It's Tuesday night, I think it's the 4th of December, and I just completed my last class for relay. I had to complete my master's defense on Saturday and I'm really excited. So that's what I've been working on. That's why there was no video last week, but I'm really excited. So I wanted to say just that, you know, it was a busy weekend and I figured out what I wanted to talk about this week. I asked you guys a couple weeks ago, what is, do your grades reflect who you are as a student? Are they a reflection of you as a student? And I got a lot of interesting responses, and the very first thing I wanted to say is just like, I wanted to take the time and just let you guys, what is a student's job? So what I think is a student's job is to show up to a class on time and to do your work. Honestly, really, two things: show up on time, do your work. And for me, if you know, if you guys were saying like that's not reflected in my grades, that's not who I am as a person or as a student, I just wanted to say, okay, as a student, these are the two things: show up on time and do my work. So like, what if you don't show up on time? Does that mean you're a bad student? I feel like, yeah, in a way, if it's a habit, you're not being the best student you can be, because like I said, a good student is one that's going to show up on time and complete their work. So being there, being present, and that's just going to make you the best student possible. And you know, you can just say like, oh, I'm just running late, and you know, I walk slow, or there's people in my way, or I have to use the restroom. And then at that point, you're just making up excuses. I'm not saying you're a bad person. Again, like you know, being a bad student doesn't mean you're being a bad person. But be honest with yourself. If you're just making up excuses, that's not what you want to be doing. So just the very first thing is show up on time. And if you're just someone who's just showing up after the bell, a minute or two after the bell, like, you know, that just means in everyone's mind, in every student's mind, in every teacher's mind, you're just being a bad student, and you just gotta be honest with yourself when it comes to that. So I'm about to go into the gym, and I wanted just to finish up this vlog real quick and tell you guys about what I thought when it came to students completing their work. So I think the big thing again is just gonna be about honesty, being honest with yourselves, being honest with me, and being honest with each other. For example, I get a lot of work that just students have copied off of each other and have copied stuff from online and just cheated. And you know, okay, it's not about turning in an assignment, it's not about turning in something for a grade, it's about completing stuff. Like, I don't even grade based off of how correct the homework assignment is. The only thing I grade for correctness are your tests and quizzes. So when I'm talking about students cheating on your homework assignments, there's honestly no point. Like, it doesn't hurt me, and if it's so blatantly obvious, like, those are zeros that I put in. But it only just affects yourself. Like, when you say that, okay, this assignment, I completed it, and I know honestly that you didn't, because when it comes down to completing the test or completing the quiz, you're like, oh, what does this mean? And I'm just like, come on, you just got a perfect score on that homework assignment, and all of a sudden you don't know what this means. So like, I know that most people aren't completing their assignments, and most people are just cheating on what they do turn in. Like, I've been saying this entire time, like, that being a bad student isn't a reflection on your character, but that's called integrity. And if you're being a liar, that is a reflection of your character, but that's, you know, that's just you lying in your life. You're gonna be comfortable doing it here in school, you're gonna be comfortable doing it in your relationships, you're gonna be comfortable doing it with your employers, and that's just gonna get you into a heap of trouble. When you're being a good student, you're showing up on time, you're doing your work, but you're doing everything honestly. You're doing everything just because it's the right thing to do. You're not doing it for a grade. And honestly, that's not how I grade. I don't grade based off of you giving me a piece of paper. If I did grade like that, then we'd have so many more people just getting A's. Take that time, take the time to really have that, be honest with yourself. Like, am I doing this right? Would I want someone else to lie to me? Would I want someone else to just, like, if I had a date, just to show up an hour late? Like, how would you feel about that person if they did that to you? And then, am I doing those things as well? So that pretty much finishes up everything I wanted to say. Go ahead and think about what I'm saying here, because I'm not trying to say people are bad people. You can just be a bad student and not, and you can learn to be a good student step by step. There are a lot of different things that go into it, but kind of the big two things are going to be finishing your work and showing up on time. If you can do those two things right every single day, you'll be all right. You'll find success in your life. So just go home, have the honest conversation with yourself. Am I being a good student? And then again, just don't forget, like, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. Okay? So thanks for hanging in there with me today. So I just hope everyone had a great week this week. My name is Mr. Hernandez. Keep working hard. Stay safe.